All is fair in love and war.
It's official. The hit Netflix Shondaland original series Bridgerton will return for a second season. We're here to discuss what we know about this highly anticipated next chapter. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. Before we get into all things Bridgerton, if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos from us. Today, I am joined by the always fabulous Fiona Zaring. Hi, Fiona. Let's just immediately get right into it. Bridgerton, I know you watched the whole thing. Did you love it? Give me your thoughts, because we haven't discussed this yet, so I'm thrilled.
I literally feel like this was one of the highlights of my 2020, truly, was binging Bridgerton. It was like home for Christmas break, spent the whole day in bed, literally watched it in one sitting, and I have been itching to get back in there and rewatch it again because I miss them. I miss the show. How did you feel when you watched it?
The feeling that you miss the character, I couldn't agree more. I watched it in 2 days. I didn't watch it completely in one sitting. It did take me 2 days, so you win. But my roommate was the one that was sort of like, you must watch this show. And I did. I lied in my bed for 2 days straight and watched it. And I also miss everyone. And even just discussing, and doing the sort of preparing for this video and like looking into what we can expect from the future of this series, I was getting all excited, and I think I might have to rewatch, like what you were saying. I think I have to rewatch the first season because it was so captivating, and the production value, I'm so in.
No, it's like a whole other world. The costuming, the music, it just like literally was 100% top notch. Every element of the show was perfection.
100%. I'm just obsessed with the fact that it feels like every episode is a movie, and I do think that is the future of television. That's like what we're... Anyway, before we just completely nerd out, let's get into the facts of it all, shall we? Of course, considering that Bridgerton, it is projected that 63 million households watched at least a portion of Bridgerton in the first 4 weeks of its release. The series was, of course, bound to continue. I don't think anyone was surprised by this. The first season was adapted from Julia Quinn's novel, The Duke and I, and closely followed the romance of Daphne Bridgerton and Simon Bassett, the Duke of Hastings. So the Bridgerton book series, if you did not know, does not end with The Duke and I. No, it in fact consists of 8 novels, each revolving around the love life of one of the Bridgerton siblings, because there are many Bridgerton siblings. And series creator Chris Van Dusen has revealed that he wishes to continue the first season's format and have a season dedicated to each of the brothers and sisters. So you heard me. That's 8 seasons of Bridgerton, which is exactly how many I want. I want even more than 8 seasons. I'm in for the long haul. Fiona, before we even get into the season 2 details, what are your thoughts of these exciting sort of developments that like we're going to be seeing Bridgerton for the next several years on our Netflix TVs?
I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I was when I found out how many novels there were. Even before like Chris said anything about it, I was like, oh my God, 8 novels. How far could we take this? How many seasons could we get? Like, are we going to like go into all these sort of offshoot narratives? Like, are we going to get spinoffs? Like, I am just so excited that such a wealth of content already exists, because I think they did such a good job taking the first, this Daphne and Simon love story and turning it into a season of television. And I just like am sitting here going like, okay, well, I'm not ready to move on from Daphne and Simon yet. I want more of them. So is it possible that we're going to even get more than 8 seasons? Because they've just done such a good job getting us in touch with these characters already. I don't know. Basically, I'm thrilled. I wish I could be a fly on the wall in these production meetings, because it's just really a new, exciting like series to launch onto. Like we had so many seasons 100%. Of like Gossip Girl, for example, and I ate them all up. So I'm thrilled.
Yes. I'm so with you, because ultimately, I think that in recent months, we've seen a lot of absolutely fantastic limited series. I'm talking The Undoing. I'm talking Queen's Gambit. Like, so to because I initially thought this was a one and done. I had no idea that it was books, like when I was watching it. So the fact that I loved it just as much as these one and done miniseries, but knowing that it will continue with like a rich storylines, I'm thrilled. I mean, yes, it feels like we're in the beginning of what will become a really iconic series in like TV
Yeah.
history. It's sort of the first of its kind in, I think, its production value and like what it's doing to this sort of like era of history and sort of like rewriting it. I'm fully obsessed with what is in store for Bridgerton. So let's get into specifically the next season before we get too ahead of ourselves into season 8. The
Yeah.
official announcement of season 2 was executed in true Bridgerton style with a letter from Lady Whistledown herself. I'm not. We all know who that is if you watch the first season. The letter reads, "Quote: The incomparable cast of Bridgerton." I'm not going to do it in an accent. The incomparable cast of Bridgerton will return to production in the spring of 2021. This author has been reliably informed that Lord Anthony Bridgerton intends to dominate the social season. So we can expect a season heavily revolving around the eldest son of the Bridgerton family, Anthony, played by the brilliant Jonathan Bailey, who I now have a dangerously powerful crush on. I love the mutton chops. Love the mutton chops. We saw his forbidden romance with opera singer Sienna play out in season 1. So where we're going to be seeing more romance with like some different people, which I'm thrilled about. More romance for Anthony. And during the announcement on the Today Show with Hoda and Jenna, creator Chris shared that, quote, "We left Anthony at the end of the first season at a bit of a crossroads. So I'm looking forward to jumping in and discovering how he fares on the marriage market." Me too, Chris. Me too. The second book in the series is called The Viscount Who Loved Me, so fans really did see this coming. The second book does heavily revolve around Antony, so it's great that this was confirmed. But fans of the Bridgerton series are like, yeah, that's what we expected. Casting is currently in the works for the Viscount's love interest, Kate Sheffield. So of course, all eyes are on who the heck is going to be added to this mix. Chris said that there's like a lot of exciting new characters coming in for this. But of course, still, we're keeping the cast. We fell in love with these characters. They're not going anywhere. But there will be new people to get excited about. Fresh blood in the Bridgerton series. So I'm very, very excited. Some, including actress Phoebe Denevar, who plays Daphne, are concerned that the filming will need to be pushed to a little bit later because, I mean, spring 2021, that's very soon. And in an interview with Deadline, the 25-year-old actress shared that she, quote, "Can't imagine how it would be possible to film under these circumstances. There are so many extras and so many crew members, and it's a very intimate show. It just baffles me how we would film it under COVID rules unless there was a vaccine beforehand." People on the production side are like, "No, we can do it." So, we'll see who wins. We'll see who's right. As long as it's filmed at some point, I'm great. Sooner the better, because I'm very impatient. But alas, I suppose we will see when it will continue. But Fiona, I just sort of want to know your thoughts on all of the season 2 information. Were you a fan of Anthony as a character in season 1? Are you excited to delve into him more? And are you like, what are your sort of hopes for season 2? I haven't read the books, so I have no idea what's to come.
Yeah, I haven't read the books either. And when the first season wrapped and I found out there was more to come, I immediately was like, okay, well, I've got to read the books. Like, I love these characters. I want more. But then I kind of was like, it was such a wonderful journey to go into this totally blind. Usually I'm someone who loves to read the book and then see the product. But I don't know. I was thrilled by having no idea what was coming in season 1.
Right?
So I think I'm going to hold off on the books. I am very excited to see his character search for love. I think he was one of the characters that consistently frustrated me throughout season 1. Some of his choices, I was like, how could you do that? Like, you don't understand what's going on. Even that duel moment, I was like, oh my goodness, like, get a grip, right? Like, he has a lot of really like kind of intense snap decisions, frustrating calls. He's trying to figure out his place in the family, place in the world. So I'm excited to see him sort of channel all of that energy into finding his own family, his own wife.
Oh yeah.
Because the one thing I will say is throughout all of the frustrating moments, it is clear that he like can care very deeply, that he can be,
Oh
very
yeah.
passionate, that he can go into like love with sort of an open mind. So I really hope that his journey to find the right person sort of mirrors Daphne's in the sense that it's a little unconventional, it's a little chaotic, but at the end, like he has a love match. I think I'm always going to be rooting for that, though. I'm too much. I like want
Yeah.
them all to be love matches. I want a love
Oh
story
yes.
to root
I want
for.
love always. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think, I mean, Fiona, you hit it right on the head. I think what was so interesting about Daphne in terms of like her character arc in the first season, it felt like she was very, because women have to be in this time, very calculated. Definitely was emotional and thought with her emotions and was a very emotional character, but she was very calculated. She like every step of the way. I mean, even after the duel, she's like, "No, you're marrying me." Like she seemed very sort of petty in terms of her like decision making, whereas Antony is very emotion first. He like
Mhm.
will completely let his emotions completely follow him wherever he goes. And I'm excited for that to be sort of like the main character in this next season. I think it's going to be way more unhinged and a lot more unpredictable. And I'm really, really excited. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm thrilled. I really, really liked his character because he clearly is dealing with his own stuff. And Chris, I was in reading interviews and stuff. The creator, Chris, was like, I like he was so involved in Daphne's sort of marriage quest in season one. And though I don't think this happens in the books, he said his words that he would love to see it sort of reversed, and that's how we would keep Daphne sort
Yes.
of in this season, being like, how is she now a duchess, like
Mhm.
influencing him and helping him find sort of his match. I'm all for it. So I don't know. We'll see. That so many exciting things are in store. The actors and all of their interviews are like, we have no idea what's happening in season two. They're not telling us anything. And so I'm like, so I don't know. There are a lot of secrets to be uncovered, and I'm very, very excited. Well, Fiona, that is all we have for now. We, of course, want to know what you, the viewer, thinks of all of this exciting new information. Are you a Bridgerton fan? Are you excited to see where the series goes? Are you going to rewatch season one immediately, which I think I will have to do after talking about Bridgerton? Please let us know down in the comments. And before you go, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos from us. I think we'll be reporting on Bridgerton a lot. So if you're a Bridgerton fan, Shared News is the place to be. So be sure to subscribe. As always, I'm your host, Tyler Joseph Ellis. I was joined today by the incredible Fiona Zaring. Our social medias, if you want to sort of see more from us, are in the screen below. That's it for now. Until next time. Bye-bye.